Hi, Steve Endicott here from Rebound Consulting with a quick view of Tui's financial results for the first quarter. Financials themselves, clearly disappointing, heavy losses, but not surprised in the corona lockdown period. Simply, the bigger you are, the quicker you fall in terms of profitability. So therefore, Tui's are always going to have a massive loss in this period and until we start selling holidays again. Crucially, they have a 1.8 billion bridging loan from the German government and have secured backing from the financiers. So we're pretty sure in the short to medium term, Tui are fine and going nowhere. However, it's not great news for all their staff. 30% redundancies or 30% cost cutting across the board with 8,000 individuals going. Is this brutal or is this mercy? You could argue that it's mercy because if you don't think people are going to come back to their jobs post the corona lockdown, is it right to keep them on furlough, sitting in hope, waiting to come back? Or is it better to go through a redundancy program, identify those that will be coming back, those that won't, so that the ones that won't know they need to find jobs, probably unfortunately outside of travel, because it's going to be tough in travel for a while. I think it's mercy. I think other people and other travel companies probably need to make the same decision over the next few months, which is not great news for the industry, but it's the reality. And if they don't do that, then people just are being given false hope. Driving digitalisation. Yes, a big word. What does it mean? It basically means that the TUI management, in terms of Fritz Johansson, is convinced that the lockdown has changed consumer behaviour. More people are buying online, they haven't been able to go back to shops, and he believes that that trend will continue post-corona lockdown, and the high street is slowly getting smaller, and that he needs to drive his digital platforms to balance those sales. So unfortunately, that probably means less shops. Is it 20%, 30%? Probably at least 30%, but it could be higher over the next 2-3 years, depending on how successfully TUI migrate that business online. Product. I was quite surprised to hear this. TUI have always been renowned for the differentiated product. It's quite asset heavy because they have to have their own airline, their own hotel trains, or lease guarantees in hotels. And that's created differentiated product, which they hung their hat on and had higher margins and very successfully sold for the last 4 to 5 years. But we seem to be seeing the indications of a sea change here. TUI have announced that they'll be selling more flight only, more accommodation only, more dynamic packaging, more online. Is this saying that they can't afford their asset heavy model and they want more flexibility because they're worried about coronavirus breaking out again? I'm not sure, but it's a radical shift for what has been the most successful tour operator in our country for many years. I think it will get tempered down. I think TUI will stay with a specialist product, but they'll counterbalance it by at the bottom of the pyramid having a broad portfolio of hotels on a non-committed dynamic packaging route that will then bring people into their financial pipe or their digital pipe and allow them to convert into their bespoke differentiated product. As far as I can see, they're the main results or main issues from the results. Thank you very much.